every step of the way, there were people telling you that you couldn't do it. You lose more before you ever start winning. But when we have a bad day, the entire world knows about it. As young girls, we are told on every step of the way, nahi tu ladki hai, tu nahi kar sakti. Very fine line between support and pressure. I would like to be less stubborn in my personal life and the same stubborn in my professional life. If you don't love it, I don't think that you can be the best version of yourself.
Are you ready? Are you excited to meet somebody who has been millions and millions of people's inspiration? Someone who has fought like the brave warrior on the turf and off the turf as well. Somebody who I personally admire for her grit, for her determination, commitment, and what she has done for our country, making each and every Indian proud. And you know who I'm talking about, right? We all know who we're talking about. Give it up for one and only Sania Mirza. So I want to dive into your journey. You know, we have seen you on the field, crushing it, killing it. I want to know your journey, how you got started, and how you got your first breakthrough. And was it difficult or was it easy?
No, it was very difficult because nobody ever had dreamt of, let alone winning Wimbledon one day, but playing Wimbledon as a young girl from Hyderabad. So it was very, very difficult. It was out of the box. It was something that my parents saw a dream and they said, you know what, we are ready to do everything in our power to help our daughter and to try and make her the best tennis player that this country has seen, and those were all dreams, right? But we all have dreams when we are growing up, and there are very few who are able to sort of achieve those so many milestones that they dream of in their life. So I started like any other 6-year-old girl. I used to play tennis, I used to swim, I used to roller skate in my summer holidays, and soon after that everybody realized that I was so much better at tennis than I was at anything else that I was doing. And within a month or 2 months, the coach that was there, he said, you know, I've never seen a 6-year-old girl hit a ball like this. I've never even seen a 6-year-old hit a ball before this. So it was just something that was, like they say, it's destiny, and there was a lot of hard work and sacrifice and commitment obviously that went into it. But it was also a lot of perseverance, a lot of, there's not only ups, right? In a success story, there's also downs. There are many, many downs, and it's how you overcome those downs and kind of make it. And we were the first people trying to do this as a young girl, young parents, and we kind of just had to create our own path. There was no real direction, because nobody ever had done it from India before. So we were just trying to create that path, make our own mistakes, learn from our own mistakes, whatever they might have been. And like they say, rest is history. And here we are today.
What was the most difficult part? Was it physics? I mean, physics and, physical fitness. I know it's difficult and you will say, of course, all, but still, if you have to pick, what is more difficult? Being physically fit, technical part of it, expectation of family or others, or mindset, energy. So, what is the main?
I think one of the hardest things was the fact that at every step of the way, there were people telling you that you couldn't do it. And every day you woke up in your life and, somebody was like, so what do you think, she's going to play Wimbledon? I mean, because when you are the first person to be able to do certain things, it is very special, but it's also very hard because there's no actual people who believe in you. And it was just me and my family that believed in ourselves. And that's why I always tell young kids that always have your back, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. So, you have to believe in your ability, you have to believe in your talent. And that was probably the toughest part, was that just trying to stay committed to what our decision was, to try and to stay committed to achieving our goals and the dreams that we had set out for ourselves as a family.
Do you remember any incident or time where you were like feeling low in your journey, and how did you overcome? Because sabka journey goes through a lot of
Like
ups
I
and
said,
downs.
every person, goes through ups and downs in their journey. It is just that the highlights and the headlines are only about the success. There are very few headlines that come out about when you fail, but there are, in sport. I promise you, any athlete will tell you, no matter how big a champion he is, that you lose more before you ever start winning. You lose week after week, and then you finally start winning, and even then you lose. It's not that there is only a win-win situation. So it is, as an athlete, and that's why sport brings that character in you, to believe that there will be another day, and to believe that you can always be better than the day that has passed by. And that is something that, I think, has made me the person that I am. The way that I take adversity, the way that I take challenges, the way that I take days that are not mine. I mean, we all have bad days, right? And it just makes me believe that character of mine, being an athlete, just, I feel it's okay. I mean, I can always have a better day tomorrow. And that is something that, I feel that is very important in a person who wants to be successful, because it is very important to understand that being successful cannot only mean not having any failures. You will have failures, and you're going to have to bounce back from those failures.
I love what you said. It recalls. I remember my journey. I started my journey as a coach, as a mentor. I remember how many times I failed in different webinars, workshop. People are laughing at me that, what kind of speaker you are. You're not even inspiring. You're not even motivated yourself. What are you going to inspire others? So I can resonate with what you're saying. You have your stepping stone. Failure is not separate than success. Failure is part of success.
Failure is part of success, and failure is, it is unavoidable in the journey of success. It is not that just because you're successful, you have never failed. And it doesn't mean that just because you have become successful, you will not fail after that. It is part of who you are. It is part of the journey, and it is something that we have to accept. What we have to learn from that failure and become better from it is what sets you apart from the person who's going to give up, and from the person who is going to go ahead further in their life. And that goes to anything. This is not just about sport. I just think sport has given me that in and out experience of week to week of winning and losing and feeling feeling demotivated, feeling motivated, feeling powerful, feeling strong, not feeling strong, having a bad day. I mean, we do that as athletes day after day. And I promise you, there are more people that, we do it on a public platform. When we have a bad day, maybe you know about it. When you have a bad day, maybe you know about it. Your partner knows about it. Your family knows about it. But when we have a bad day, the entire world knows about it, because it's on an entire platform and the entire headlines, and everybody has an opinion about your bad day also. So, of course, so the thing is that just shows you that as an athlete, we cannot let the failure define us. What we can do is make that failure and take it, accept it, acknowledge it.
So many tennis players have come, so many will come in the future, but there can be only one Sania Mirza. Have you done something consciously, or your team has done consciously, to build your brand in a way that it is right now?
So actually, I would lie if I said it was a yes. No, I think that it is something that this is really who I am. And one of my strengths, I think, as a human being, is to try and be as authentic as possible. And that means as authentic as possible as a human being, as authentic as possible with the brand that I endorse, as authentic as possible as the person that I come out to be. So when I sit here and have a conversation with you, I try and be as authentic as I can. Obviously, I cannot share every single personal detail about myself with every single human being, but I try and at least put myself out there so that there is a actual human to human connect that happens, because for me that is very important. So I don't necessarily, or my team doesn't necessarily sit there and be like, this is what we need to do to make your brand stand out this way. I mean, that's really not what we've done. I mean, I've been in the limelight, so to say, or a public in 20 years, and it's not, you just are. And for 20 years I just have been what I am. Some people like it, some people don't like it, some people have a problem, some people have a problem with this, some people love it, but for me what's important is that I am being true to myself. So the answer to your question is no, there is no conscious effort in it, but is there an effort to be as authentic as possible? 100%.
Who is your inspiration? Your inspiration to millions. Who is your inspiration?
My inspiration always was Steffi Graf. That was someone I looked up to when I was growing up playing tennis, because I really wanted to be like her. I wanted to play like her, and yeah, so she's been my inspiration.
What is your daily routine like?
So it just depends. Today, I can tell you what, today every day is different. But today, so I wake up. When I'm practicing tennis, so I wake up, I practice tennis. I went to the gym. By the time I came back, I had a small photo shoot just before this event. So I did a small photo shoot for an hour, 45 minutes. I am sitting for this event. After this event, I have a physical event at somewhere that I need to go for a brand that I endorse, and my day ends at 8 p.m. today. So every day is different. Today I've had this, which is a very full, busy day. Some days I only have tennis and gym. And obviously I have an office running with my academy, so I need to do stuff with that. And like I said, I'm a mother, so I always have the school pickups and drop-offs, which are a norm for all parents.
What if you were not a tennis player? What would Sania be doing?
I would have been an interior designer, actually. Well,
Wow.
My entire family, my dad's a builder, my aunt's an architect, my cousin's an architect, my granddad was an engineer. So we've all had that in our gene, really. So if I was not a tennis player, which I maybe still, after I retire, maybe I can still become an interior designer. I would like to have been an interior designer.
What is your advice for young athletes, as she's one of them? And in fact, we also have one amazing member who's a student. She has played for Indian cricket team, and she's still playing. She's also there in the audience, Poonam. So what advice would you have for athletes and aspiring athletes?
Especially young girls, I want to tell you that believe in yourself and back yourself. The same thing that I said at the beginning of this session, because God knows we are told thousands of times that we can't do something rather than we can. As young girls, we are told on every step of the way, nahi, tu ladki hai, tu nahi kar sakti. Nahi, you're a girl, you can't do this. No, what makes you think that you can be different? What makes you think that you can do it? No matter how much of the outside of the box that your profession is or what you want to do, believe in yourself and stay committed and stay driven towards your goal, no matter what anybody else says.
What is your favorite moment where you feel very proud of yourself?
I mean, it's been a long career, so it's difficult for me to have one moment.
Or maybe few.
I mean, definitely becoming number one in the world. It was on the 12th of April in 2015 was something that was etched in my memory, and it will be for the rest of my life, because it is something that everybody wants to do. They want to be the best at what they do, and to be the best in the world at what you do is something that is only what dreams are made of. So definitely that, winning Wimbledon, winning US Open, winning French Open, winning my first Grand Slam all the way back in 2009, Australian Open, winning my first medal for India when I was 15 years old at the Asian Games in Busan in Korea. After that, at the same, I continued, and I happened to win 9 medals at the Asian Games after that. It's followed by till 2016, basically, and winning gold in 2006 in Doha, winning silver. I mean, it's very difficult for me to pinpoint one thing, but yeah, all these are, some of the moments that are right on top of what I believe are some of the best moments of my career.
Talking about parenting, right? Your parents had a major role in inspiring you, supporting you, and now you as a parent as well. What is the parenting advice you want to give to people? any advice, anything that worked for you when you were child and that really helped you, and now that you're imparting to your, your future generation?
Honestly, I don't think that there is any right or wrong parenting. I think that we all have our own ways of parenting. There are some things that my parents did that I don't agree with, and there are many things I agree with. And that will change from generation to generation, right? It just depends on which generation you're born in. We cannot keep going on the same way as our parents have parented us. I mean, the generation is different, the child's requirement is different. But the one thing that I would like to say to all the parents, especially of parents who are supporting their children, pursue something, is that there is a very fine line, which my parents found, luckily for me, but a lot of parents are not able to find that. There's a very fine line between support and pressure. And that line is very important, because that if that starts to get blurry, you become your own child's biggest enemy, because at the end of the day, the biggest support and the biggest trust that a child has in a person is from a parent. And if that line of support, and suddenly if the child starts feeling pressure every time she or he steps onto the field of whatever they are trying to achieve, and they're feeling that pressure is coming from the parent itself, and that thought process, it just changes you as a person. I was very fortunate that my parents found that balance. They found the balance of still keeping my childhood together and still pushing me enough to be able to achieve my dreams, and still letting me achieve my dreams and helping me stay focused. So there is a fine line that you need to draw, and everybody has a different line. But this is something that I would love to tell parents, is that find that line, find your line, because it is very important for your relationship with your child. That is going to make or break your relationship in many ways.
Importance of a coach or a mentor, like somebody asked, what is your perspective of somebody as a coach, as a mentor, how important it is in your life? If you can share some light on this.
I think it's very important. I think that your mentor can be anybody. It can be a coach, it can be your parent, it can be your sibling, it can be anybody, and it doesn't necessarily have to be someone from the line or or your profession that you choose. It could be anybody, and it could be someone that motivates you and helps you believe in yourself, helps you stay committed. So I think that it is very important to have that mentor in your life, because it is very important to find that one or two people that you trust fully outside of yourself, who when on your bad days have your back, on your bad days are telling you that no, you are better than this, and make you believe. Because everybody, like I said, has those bad days where they doubt themselves, they doubt their own ability, they doubt whether they are going to make it. And those mentors and those gurus or coaches or whoever it might be are the ones that are, they're pulling them forward into believing that they can still achieve their goals.
If there's one thing that you could change within you, what would that be? Or about
I would like
you?
I would like to be less stubborn. I think that I'm very stubborn, and that's one of my weaknesses, but that's also one of my very big strengths. I think that if you're not stubborn, it's very difficult to achieve success, because what is the definition of success is just repetitive things that you do every single day, and you just try day in and day out to achieve the same thing. It's the monotony of it. And if you're not stubborn, it's very difficult to be monotonous like that, right? Every day, wake up in the morning, go to your warm up, go and hit forehands, backhand serves. I mean, it's very difficult to do that if you're not a stubborn person. So I would like to be less stubborn in my personal life and the same stubborn in my professional life. If I can do that, then that would be great, because less stubborn in my personal life will just make life a little easier for other people around me. Not so much for us, but professional life stubbornness is good for me.
That's very interesting. Off late, I've been studying this energies, masculine energy, feminine energy, and I've really understood the psychology of how these energies play an important role in everybody's life, whether you're men or women, does not matter. And I think masculine energy is the one, is go, achievements, growth, making it happen, goals, ambition. And the feminine energy is more free flowing, calm, relaxed, love, compassion, supportive. And I think this is the switch I think we all have. to switch on to masculine mode
We all
is jump.
have, yeah, we all have that, both the energies, right? It just depends how much we have of them. I think that for me, I do have, I maybe have more masculine energy than I have feminine energy, just because of the way that I am. I want to achieve more. I want to always go for things that are difficult to achieve. I want to keep going after them. I want to keep setting new goals for myself, set new targets, new ambitions, and grow. And but there is a part of me that is very soft and very compassionate and very high on empathy. And I think that is the feminine energy in me.
Do you experience fear? If so, how do you overcome the fear?
We all experience fear. I think people who tell you
Thank
that,
God.
yeah,
I thought you were ultra human being, and nobody experiences fear.
everybody experiences fear in many ways. You can have fear for smaller things, you can have fear for bigger things, you can have fear on a daily basis. I think that since I've become a mother, I experience fear on a daily basis. Trust me, being a mother of a toddler boy, 4-year-old, every day he's living life at like, he's just, there's every day there's a tumble, every day there is a pain, there is a scratch, there's a band-aid. And I think that, yeah, I mean, that is a fear, and I live in that fear. Now he's gone for a birthday party because I had to do this. I couldn't go with him. I mean, sometimes I'm sitting and thinking what he's going to do over there. He usually comes back with something like something hurt, some head bang somewhere, some, elbow bang somewhere. So I think we all live in some kind of fear. And I think that people who say that they are fearless, either they don't understand fear or they're crazy. Because I mean, I don't really understand that how you can say that I don't fear anything. I fear losing my parents, I fear losing, I fear things for my son, I fear things for my family, sometimes I fear walking on the court when I feel like it's too big a match. But it's about overcoming your fears. I fear heights actually. But that does not mean I don't go up on high buildings. I still go, I fear it. But I have to, you have to overcome your fears. And that's when you're really going to sort of take control of your fears, right? Because what is fear? Fear is just something that we are thinking might happen. It is not something that is happening. What is happening is something that is just, it is happening, and then you deal with it. Fear, we are just making up the story in our head that, oh my God, if I do this, then this might happen. And then what will I do? So it is almost a hypothetical thought process in your head. So, but that's why you have to overcome it, because until you overcome it, you're never going to know whether you can or not.
We're going to do a personal trivia. Okay. Question about you personally. Okay. What is your favorite movie?
कुछ कुछ होता है.
What do you like about that movie?
I love everything. I love the energy. I'm a big Rahul fan, even though my favorite actor is not Shah Rukh Khan, but I'm a big Rahul fan of the character. I love that he has, romance. I'm a big romantic, and I think that it's very sweet the way that it was all picturized, but also it was a lot of fun. So I think, and I relate with like that Kajal's character a lot, because she's sporty, and and I was so young when that movie had come out, and it's just something that I've watched at least 25 times, I think.
Wow, that's beautiful. And that was so quick. It was on top of your mind. Like, oh, that's my favorite movie. You don't even think.
Yeah.
All right. Any favorite song?
Right now, I am listening to a few songs, but I am listening to Manike, I think the song's name is Manike. I'm sure everybody, 1,000 people are here.
Yeah, that's a Sri Lankan song, right? That's very popular. I think beats are very, very catchy. Yeah. Favorite destination to visit?
Maldives.
Wow, good. Favorite food?
Biryani. I'm Hyderabadi. That's a silly question.
I didn't want to go the stereotype. All right, good. The favorite outfit?
Oh my God, my pajamas. I would live in my pants Yeah, track pants and a t-shirt, I would live in it all day.
Are you a reader or no?
I'm not a reader in general, but I love reading autobiographies of like very famous people and big achievers. So the last one I read was Mike Tyson's, for example. So I love reading, like they really inspire me. But in general, no, I don't like reading like fictional stuff and things like that.
Yeah. Have you seen the documentary, The Last Dance?
I have seen the documentary The Last Dance, yes.
Wow, that was
I love
so
watching
inspiring.
documentaries also, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's something which is very common. I also watch a lot of documentaries and this thing.
Yeah.
Is there a documentary on Sania Mirza or coming up soon?
Well, I'm not allowed to say anything about this right now.
Oh, okay. Off the topic. Okay, we're gonna skip that question. All right. Are you planning to write a book?
I already wrote a book in 2015. Obviously, you haven't read it.
I am so sorry. I'm gonna do that first thing after I finish. I'm gonna go and order team. Please make a note. We're gonna order the book. Good, good. I really loved and enjoyed, thoroughly this conversation. What is one advice would you want to give? The last piece of advice to passionpreneurs. So, this is a community who are finding the passion, converted that into a business. You are an ideal, personality to be called as a passionpreneur because you lived your passion, you converted your livelihood, your career, your business around your passion. What is that one piece of advice that you can give to all the passionpreneurs?
Love what you do. Because if you don't love it, I don't think that you can be the best version of yourself. So love what you do. And that's what passion is, right? You have to be passionate about what you do and you have to love it. Because I feel that you are not able to give your 100% at something if you don't love what you're doing. If you're doing it out of somebody else's will, you will never be able to put your best foot forward and be the best version of yourself.
I just love it. Thank you so much. It was wonderful, wonderful having you on this event and inspiring 1,000+ people. Guys, what do you think about Sania Mirza? Put it in the chat box.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you guys with so many. I'm sorry we were not even able to answer, I think, 5% of the questions. There was so many questions and so many amazing comments. Thank you all. And I love you guys right back.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Give it up for one and only, the legend, Sania Mirza. Thank you so much. Thank you.